Bitcoin is currently seeing a nice rejection right above the 10.5K area. We're currently getting a little bit of a sell-off as of right now after our recent pump up to about 10.6. And now we're going to try and zoom out on the chart, see if we can get a better understanding of what might be happening, why we didn't hold support above 10.5, and then move on from there. So if that sounds interesting to y'all, stick around. Let's go ahead and start the video. All right, we're looking at the 15-minute time frame to start off with here. And let's go on through the charts into the higher time frames, and then we can kind of make our way up from there. So looking at the 15-minute time frame to start off with, we can currently see that we had this nice little move to the downside, especially with the money flow. This could just be a nice, kind of liquidation sell-off to get some liquidity back into the market. That is a firm possibility. As far as the trading that's been going on, we took a long back here. I signaled it to the Patreon group, and then we had this kind of nice little bounce back and forth, and then we had another little push to the upside here. So I did want to kind of reference that to everyone here. Let's go over here. So this was a post that I had just posted as of yesterday, pump and dump for the weekend. And it does look like that kind of played out. So I am starting to post some private videos inside of the Patreon page as well too. So if you're interested in joining us there, you can check the links in the description box below. But as we start to move on to these higher time frames, we'll start to get a better idea of where Bitcoin might want to retrace down to, or if it wants to pump back up to maybe that 10.5K area and continue on from there. So looking at the 20-minute time frame, we can also see that we've had a buy signal down here as well. So this is definitely probably a temporary bottom for us as of right now. It looks like we found some support on one of our purple trend lines. If we are to zoom out just a tad bit, this will be a nice substantial support for us moving forward. So this is sitting right at about our wick all the way down to 10.2K. Right at around there. If we are to break below 10.2K, I would definitely think that we'll have a nice substantial sell-off after that too as well. So that's definitely a key area to keep an eye on. As far as this is concerned, I'm probably going to say that we consolidate out a little bit more around the 10.3, 10.4 area, and then maybe make a decision from there on out. Let's go on into our 30-minute time frame, see what's happening here. 30-minute time frame, you can kind of see that we've slowly had our money flow coming out of the market with some nice little pumps here and there. Don't get me wrong. So we've had, this was our last long I think we took back here, and then we had that nice little move up there, and then we had this other move past 10.5K. I was expecting possibly another leg up to maybe 11K. It doesn't look like we quite got that. It looks like we got another pretty big sell-off after they saw that we got past 10.5K, which is this blue line. It's been major resistance for us moving forward. And, we weren't able to really break above it necessarily. So let me go ahead and turn that down a little bit for you. Awesome. And I think we'll just have to kind of keep zooming out here to see what we might be able to learn based off of this. Let me wait for this to disappear for us really quick. Alright, it's not going to disappear, duh. Oh my gosh, okay. So anyways, but yeah, this looks like pretty good support for us as of right now. If we move on into the 45-minute time frame, our 45-minute time frame is also holding support after our breakout right at this consolidation area, and then pushing us through that 10.5K. We had the sell-off, and now that pivot point is acting as support for us as of right now too as well. One thing to note here is that we are currently seeing possibly a little bit of some downtrend, maybe ready to go back into that red money flow. That is a firm possibility, and definitely going to give us probably a little bit more consolidation out to the side around this 10.3, 10.4 area. This was also another pivot point that got retested for us as well on the 1 hour time frame here. 1 hour money flow obviously looking like it's still wanting to maybe dip down just a little bit lower. Going on into the 90-minute time frame, let's take a look here. 90-minute time frame, money flow is also kind of telling us that, hey, it looks like we've kind of topped out here for the most part as of right now. This is a pretty nasty little rejection. So for us to hold support here is going to mean a lot. I think this is where the other purple trend line was at, somewhere right around here. Looks like we're kind of holding support, but if we are continuing to sell off, then if we break below that area of the 10.2, then I would definitely anticipate possibly a retest of the 10K area right here on this yellow trend line. That would be my next area of support, which is right at about 10K. So moving on into the 2 hour time frame. And before we get started with that, I do want to let you know that we are updating the Path to Cryptocurrency course here on out. I've been updating on some DeFi projects, how to get involved with DeFi. If you are interested in some of those DeFi projects, some of the exchanges that you can go to and some of the exchanges that I would recommend. So Crypto.com has just released a DeFi platform, and I think Binance is working on a DeFi platform too as well, so that way you can get into some of these DeFi projects. But also go over how to get into how to access Uniswap and all these different things too as well. So we're updating this Path to Cryptocurrency course pretty much as news rolls out on things that we need to be learning. So if you are interested in joining us in the Path to Cryptocurrency course, feel free to check that link in the description box below. And then you'll actually have access to the private Discord category on our Discord server too as well, to discuss some things with us if you have any questions. And then we do have our trading group that is available. Our trading group is available right now for the 35% off special. If you're interested in joining that, feel free to join us. We only have a few spots left. I'm going to leave this open for a little bit longer, but probably not too much longer, and then we'll go ahead and close it off. So if you want to join us in the trading group and learn about all my ins and outs of the markets, I've been thinking about doing some live sessions too as well. I'm just waiting to get some more feedback from our audience in here. If y'all are interested in seeing me do live videos as well, make sure that y'all comment down below that you would like to see me do live videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe as well, so that way we can know that you're enjoying the content. But the Patreon page is available for 35% off right now. If you want to join us, feel free to join us in there, and then I can give you access to the Discord server whenever you do join as well. And then we also have the YouTube membership page that is available. If you'd like to join us on the YouTube membership page, I upload all my private videos into the YouTube membership page. So all my private chart analysis will be uploaded to the private videos as well, if you are interested in joining our membership on YouTube. And then we have our newsletter that you can sign up for. We are on our way to 3,000 subs relatively soon. So if you are wanting to qualify for a $100 giveaway at 3,000 subs, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. So don't forget to do that, folks. Get signed up for the newsletter so that way you can qualify for the $100 giveaway when the time comes. Hopefully by the end of this month, I would hope to start doing that giveaway, but we'll see what's going to happen. And let's go back onto the charts here. So substantial, nice little sell-off here, even on the 2 hour. We're having a sell signal here. Our blue momentum wave is also clipping down to the bottom side pretty heavily as of right now. Money flow is still looking pretty healthy here though, so we could see some nice support here moving forward. We could start to see a little bit of a turnaround with our VWAP, maybe heading back the other direction. Going on into our 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame it's not looking bad, but our money flow is kind of bouncing back and forth as of right now. We've had this sell off here whenever we moved into the red. Now it looks like we are moving back into that green money flow, but we're gonna have to try and make our way up above 10.5k. If we are to get past 10.5k and actually hold it as support for longer than a day, then I would say that we will have a good chance to maybe push back up to 11k. But there's probably some steady trend lines here that we could draw out if we wanted to indicate some nice support for us and then move forward from there. So keeping an eye on the lower time frames might be the best bet as of right now. That's really what I've been doing the past couple of days and over the weekend, just to make some scalping plays, some scalping opportunities for the group as well, because this right here is not fun to trade. Just a lot of sideways action and a lot of choppiness too. So during these times here, after a big sell-off or a big pump, you really want to make sure that you're using proper risk management to stay in the market, and then also not get chopped out in this messiness here too as well, and also getting ready to at least set up for the next couple $1,000 move. So we've been kind of riding back and forth on the $100 moves. But what we're really getting ready for and what we're gearing up for are these big $1,000 moves, these $2,000 moves that happen in Bitcoin. So, and I think that we are on a steady approach for that to happen, probably by the end of September as well too. We did have a nice little buy signal back here with Market God on the 6 hour. But I'm going to have to digress from that decision to long off of that, just based on everything else that's happening right now. Looks like we're about to get a red dot here on the 8 hour as of right now too. A nice little doji that's kind of happening here too as well. If we start to zoom out, we can see money flow all the way from 12K has been kind of trickling out of this market as of right now, just kind of in a consolidation sideways pattern until we can make our way clearly above 10.5 and hold support above that. I'm going to have to remain pretty neutral as of right now, and if we are to break below 10K, then I'm going to consider possibly a short position, or to buy the dip even lower too as well. Going on into our 12-hour time frame, we can still see even on our 12-hour time frame that money flow is still kind of moving out of this market just a tad bit. We're going to turn on the alligator indicator on TradingView as well to see what might be happening here with our alligator indicator. It does look like it wants to maybe clip back to the upside, so that is a possibility. But I think even on these higher time frames, we're starting to see a little bit more rejection. It does look like we are about to get a red dot here on our 1-day chart as well with Market Cipher B. So, this is our 12-hour chart. So if we go on into our 21-hour chart, let's see what's happening here. Possibly another rejection, a red dot could occur. But I'm going to stay pretty neutral as of right now. A nice big Darth Maul doji here on the 21-hour as well. So definitely looks like we are going to be probably moving sideways for the next couple of hours. Probably some crazy volatility that might be ready to happen here pretty soon too as well. Going on into the daily time frame, let's see what's happening here. Daily time frame still looks like it's in an upwards trajectory as of right now. I would say that our alligators, ribbons are going to probably start to compress here just a tad bit and maybe move sideways all the way back up past 10.5K. But that's kind of where we're aiming at as of right now. We just have to be prepared for anything such as like these little slight sell-offs, couple $100 sell-offs, until maybe we get couple $1,000 move to the downside. And if that is to occur, we are going to be ready to take that move when it happens. So let's go back over here. We do have the Discord server that is available if you are interested in joining the Discord server. Find the links in the description box below. It's steadily growing, so I appreciate everyone that's coming in there and providing valuable information for us too as well. But we do have our private categories on there for our trading group, and also the private category for the people that are enrolled in the course too as well. And then we have our Telegram channel announcements page that is available. Feel free to join us for some announcements on Telegram if you are interested. Whenever I post videos, or if I'm running special discounts or offers, you can always check that out inside of the Telegram group as well too. And then if you are interested in upgrading to the premium plan of TradingView, you can use the link in the description box below. I'd really appreciate that to help support the channel. If you are using Market Cipher, you can also pick up Market Cipher. I have the affiliate link down in the description box below. But if you are using Market Cipher, I would at least recommend that you have the Pro or the Pro Plus plan. It just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen, such as there are Aldo EMAs, which is a custom indicator I teach you how to set up inside of the Patreon page. And you can see here with Aldo EMAs, I can signal on and off different EMAs. So it's a custom Pine script code that I give you inside of the Patreon page. So if you're interested in picking that up, join us in Patreon. And then also we use our whales buy and sell indicator, which is a custom parameter indicator. I teach you how to set that up inside of the Patreon page as well too. So let's move back on into our daily chart here. Still looking okay for right now. Our VWAP still kind of, has a nice little rise above our zero pivot point, and our blue momentum wave is still moving to the upside here too as well. Going on into our 2-day, we're starting to get our first sign of some bullish counts here. We did dip below one of our key areas at about 10.5K, but then, it looks like we are starting to move back to the upside here. The ribbons are also kind of signaling us that we could have some more consolidation out to the side, maybe a push back up above 10.5K. Our 2 days giving us a green dot here as well, indicating that, this is going to be probably pretty big support for us moving forward. And if we find the support here, then that's going to possibly lead us to a nice little push to the upside, if anything. Our 3-day may be a little bit different though. Our alligator indicator is also kind of compressing here, maybe to the downside. But we could get a nice little squeeze, push above 10.5K. That's kind of what I'm expecting, and then maybe possibly a little bit lower of a push after that too as well. You can see here that when we start to have these alligator indicators move up to the top side, we start to rally a little bit, and then when they start to curve back down the other way, that's when we start to see some sell-off too as well. So we're starting to see that compression possibly back down to the other side, indicating a topping out. So we just need to be wary of it and kind of just take our moves based on that, here and there. So I did want to also tell you about the sell signal with Market God here on the 2-day. I had pointed that out a couple of days ago inside of the Patreon page as well. But then our 3-day, no sign of any buy signals just yet or anything like that. So if we go on into our 4-day chart, let's check out our 4-day chart. We're starting to see our Heikinashis turn red just a tad bit here too. We could possibly get a green dot here on the 4-day if our VWAP continues to ride above or wants to push through our zero pivot point. That is a possibility. So definitely looking like some support as of right now, but we do need to take extra caution, especially whenever we start to round off just a tad bit like this and we start to see our alligator indicators also try and round off just a tad bit too. So there's some topping out, signs that are telling us that, hey, the market looks like it possibly has, topped out for September. I don't know our probability of, getting back up to 12.5K anytime soon. I would say that the market needs to consolidate a little bit more, and maybe see a little bit more sell-off too, based on our 5-day chart here with our Heikinashis also turning red. When these Heikinashis turn red, especially on bigger candles like these, you can see that the length of these red Heikinashi candles, are pretty relevant for the most part. Last couple of times we've gotten these bigger red Heikinashii candles, they definitely have led to a little bit bigger of sell-offs afterwards too. So we just need to be prepared for whatever happens. If the dip opportunity comes, we guarantee that we better be ready to buy that dip up. So make sure that you have a little bit of dry powder on the side, and we can go from there. So and I also talk about all the altcoins that I'm getting into whenever this dip is to occur. So I highly encourage y'all to be a part of our Patreon page, or at least sign up for our newsletter, if anything, so that way you can learn about some of the different assets that we're getting into on the side, preparing for things that are coming later this year and possibly into next year as well. So you want to make sure that you're hedged against these markets, folks. Things are probably going to get pretty serious, I would imagine, moving forward into the elections that are to eventually occur. But that we'll digress from there. We're just looking at TA. We're not basing this on fundamentals, right? Although, TA and fundamentals go hand in hand sometimes. So Looking at the 6-day, and usually I'll come back to that really quick, but some of the Patreon posts that I make too as well are based on fundamentals, and they haven't let us down. They haven't let us down yet, and even some of the great traders out there trade off of fundamentals and TA too as well. So we have to take all this into consideration when we are definitely wanting to hedge against the markets and make the right decisions. From there on out. Looking at the 6-day time frame, you can see here our 6-day sell signal with a nice little red Heikin-Ashi candle to the downside. This is a pretty lengthy red Heikin-Ashi candle, so I would definitely imagine that we're probably going to see a little bit more substantial sell-off after this. Maybe even some retracement back down into the the 200 daily moving average, which is right at about, I think, 8K or so. If we are to turn on the 200 daily moving average on the daily, I think that is right at about the 8K area, if I'm not mistaken. So right at about 9K is where we're looking at, which would be a nice buy opportunity for us before we continue up even more, to continue this bull rally. So going back to our 6-day, and let's go ahead and finish off with our weekly time frame. And our weekly time frame also, we're about to confirm this sell signal here. I would say that more than likely this is going to confirm, and then from there we're going to have to really see what Bitcoin's made of after that. And if we do come back down to the 9K area, well, hey, it's going to give us one last opportunity to possibly buy into the market before we continue higher, and we'll move on from there. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Comment down below weekly chart and let me know that you're paying attention and that you made it all the way through the video. I'd really appreciate that. And with that being said, folks, stay safe, and let's buy the dip up when it occurs. But we're probably going to see some consolidation for the most part. Until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned. Join us in the Patreon page. Join the Path to Cryptocurrency course if you're interested. And I'll talk to y'all later. CTO signing out. Peace.